Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing you just how to cover a cake in buttercream. So the first thing you want to do is apply some buttercream on the board and spread it evenly. This is going to help secure my cake to the board. Then I'm going to pick my first layer of cake and I'm going to I'm going to place it on my board, and also try to ensure that I center my cake so it's in the center of my board. So if you're new to my channel, do endeavor to click the subscription button and notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos to come. So I applied my buttercream around, as you can see, more like a dam, and this is because I'm going to be applying my chocolate sauce. So by doing this, it's going to enable the chocolate sauce not to slip off my cake, and it stays within and prevents spillage from the cake. So next, I'm going to apply my second layer of cake over the first layer, and I'm positioning it well. So the next thing you want to know is that this will still slip off, so I need to hold my cake together using a dowel. So I'm going to check for the height at which I need to cut my dowel, as you can see. Then I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to cut a distance down, as you can see, off from the point initially seen, and this is it. Next, I'm going to drive it into my cake, and the next thing I'm going to do now is to apply my first layer of buttercream that I'm going to crumb coat. Now, the essence of crumb coating is so as to hold the crumbs of the cake, so that when I'm applying my final layer, I don't have my crumbs sticking out. Hence my cake comes out looking neat at the end of the job. So when it comes to application, I always love to apply starting from the joining point so that it holds the cake together. So I'm just going to use my piping bag to apply my buttercream at that joint. Okay, now apply again. Now I'm going to smoothen it out and apply my buttercream all around. So I'm just going to apply my buttercream all around. So as you can see, this cake is one that is actually very tender, and it's moist, and trust me, super delicious. So if you're interested in getting the recipe for this chocolate cake, I'm going to drop a link in the description below, so you can just check out the link to get access to my recipe book, where I give you 8 of my bestseller recipes. And yes, my chocolate cake recipe is there for you. So I'm just going to apply my buttercream all around. That's crumb coating it. So watch me as I go on. So I've applied my buttercream all around, as you can see. So the next thing is I would like to have a smooth finish of this, the buttercream that I've applied for the crumb coating of my cake. So I'm going to use my plastic scraper, as you can see, to scrape all around using my turntable. So do note, if you want to have a perfect clean job when it comes to buttercream cakes, you can't do without your turntable. Very, very important, and trust me, you need it. And this, if you don't have the plastic scraper you seen in this video that is used, you can actually make use of the steel type. but I find this to be quite very light, handy, and very easy, and trust me, it gives a very clean job at the end of this work. So another thing is that for this particular cake, if you observe, I didn't have to trim my cake, and that's because of the nature of the cake I'm working with, which is my chocolate cake, which is actually very soft. If I were actually pairing it up with like a regular vanilla cake, I would have done that. And if you haven't, I have a video on that, on how to actually trim your cake. I show you the easiest method I use in trimming my cakes, and if you're interested in watching that video, check the description below for the link to access the video. So I am actually done. As you can see, crumb coated nicely and very neat. The essence, if your crumb coating is not neat and well layered, when it's time to apply your second layer, you might encounter issues whereby you're not having your cake being equalized when it comes to the side. It might be slanting and all that. So having a good perfect crumb coat is very important before you add your final layer of buttercream. Now I'm applying the final layer of my buttercream. As you can see, if sometimes some persons apply theirs from the top, but I usually prefer to start applying mine from the base, and I walk up to the top of the cake. So you might be like, wow, this is a lot of buttercream. No, I don't think you should actually get worried, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be scraping this off. The essence is to ensure that I have my cakes very clean. And if you observed, I did not place my crumb coated cake into my fridge to chill up before applying the second layer, and I also did not leave it on my work table for a while to crust up before use. I started applying my second layer immediately. So that is why I had to make sure when I'm in my second layer application, I had to apply more buttercream to it. That's in covering the body of the cake. So now I'm going to be applying that to the top. The thing is, at the end of everything, once I have everywhere well covered, I'm going to use my scraper to scrape to level up everything, and most of the buttercream you're seeing here, the excess are going to be And so I am done. As you can see, perfectly covered. So do subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on more tutorials to come.